Catching the rain morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jody and Hazy on Nova.
Fitzy Fridays, Fitzy Fridays. Da, 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 da.
Fitzy Fridays.
So, breaking news this morning, Lewis Hamilton has defected from Mercedes to Ferrari, and in an unbelievable coincidence, Hazy, Ryan Fitzgerald has upgraded from a Datsun 120Y to a 2005 Ford Falcon with a spoiler. You wouldn't read about it. Good morning, Fitzy.
Do you know that? Hello, hi Jodes, how are you, Hazy? Actually, do you know the viral thing that's going around at the moment with put up a photo of yourself at the age of 21? Have you seen that?
Yep.
Yeah.
My 21st birthday, night of, Jodes, first ever car was a HQ Kingswood station wagon. I used to love that car because I could drive down to the Crown at Victor Harbour. I could have a few drinks and then sleep in the back of it. But on the night, I remember it was 2 a.m. Dad wakes me up and goes, "Mate, I'm sorry to tell you this, but I just heard someone flogged your car."
Yeah.
Dad ran out there in his undies, couldn't catch him. Then the next morning, the night of my 21st, I find it. It's the next day down at Triggs surf break down on the mid-coast here.
Yeah.
And someone had tried to get it onto the beach and they wedged it between two poles. We couldn't get it out. They had to get like a crane down there to pull it out while I was working at Mitsubishi making seats. It was the worst 21st ever. That was my first ever car, and now, oh God, yeah, now I'm just on the Mitzies. That's it. I'm not upgrading at all.
Are
There's
you?
no Ferraris or Mercedes for me.
Yeah.
To the diamonds.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
You're just a little Aussie battler, aren't you, from down south?
Just a little Aussie battler from the Tonsley plant. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Hey, Fitzy, we're speaking this morning about Eminem, and he has got a song which he won't play anymore. It's called Cleaning Out My Closet.
Yep.
It's about his mum. He absolutely goes to town on his mum.
Yes.
It's probably a good move by Marshall Mathers, but we just sort of put it out there. Some of those songs which the artist either owes you a bit of an apology or they should just not sing it because it's that offensive.
The worst start to a song ever was a song called Figured You Out. You got to tell me what the artist is, but here's the start of the song.
I like your pants.
Where?
Oh, get him,
Like,
Chad.
when does the paddle pop line sit down and go, you know what? I've got a great lyric, boys. Get into the studio. I like your pants around your feet. Let's work around that. Give me a riff. What do
Yeah,
you got?
yeah, and Chad Kroger, give it all you've got, mate. All you've got.
So please, Chad, on behalf of Nick, give us an apology for that.
Yeah. Is that
Because the visuals that come with that.
and is that how he scored Avril Lavigne by playing that to her? Avril, I like your
Yes.
pants around your feet.
Somehow he
Do you
sheltered
know
Avril
he's
from that.
got an ice hockey rink in his house
Stop it.
in Canada. Yes.
way.
That's how much money he's made.
Yeah. My husband tried to encourage us to get one of those in the back of our house. Absolutely not, darling.
He's a good ice hockey player, your husband. Very good.
Hey, also, Fitzy, just before we let you go, we were right into this whole G'day USA thing and the selection process with who you choose in terms of Aussies to send over there to effectively represent us as a nation. And we were just sort of wondering what the chances of you getting in contact with Dion from the South.
Hey, young girls, down here, captain of the C grade at Noarlunga Shoes.
You clearly know him pretty well. How do we go about getting him on
Yeah,
G'day
'cause
USA and
we wanted to
representing us?
really represent Australia and get the hardcore Aussie bogans and get them over there as opposed to, your
Well-
top shelf in Delta.
Already ticked off because we were invited last year. We went to
Really?
G'day, we went to
No.
G'day USA last year, and we were interviewing people on the red carpet, and we got sat next to Miranda Kerr, who then proceeded. She didn't eat anything that was served up. She basically just had a banana and she had a smoothie, her own brand of smoothie that she got out and asked for a bit of milk, and she just shook it up and drank it herself. That's what she had for dinner, Jones.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's actually Kid
That's
Leroy
sad.
played. It's a really good night actually because it's all the expats. Darren Thomas, from Thomas Foods,
Yeah.
he was over there as well. Darren Thomas was over there as well, representing South Australia. But it's a great night. It gets a bit loose at the end.
What, did it get loose enough for Dion to come out?
Yeah.
Well, Dion might be locked up. I think the laws are a little bit more stricter over in the US. Dion wouldn't be able to get home. And I dare say Dion wouldn't be able to get past customs with some of his misdemeanours in the past.
Incredible saying Dion gets his way. It's does something with someone on the bonnet of his Nissan Skyline.
And a Port Adelaide fan. Don't ever forget that. He's a Port Adelaide fan too.
Excuse me, sir. You can't come through that security screen with that Home D bracelet. I'm sorry.
That's one that passed me for a while.
Have you brushed your teeth, sir, in the last 3 years? You are not coming in.
Oh, Fitzy, we appreciate your time, mate, and hopefully we can do all again next week.
Love you guys. I'll speak to you then.
Here's what you're waking up to, Adelaide.
What's in the news today?
Your post-snooze news.
Everything you need to know to get your way underway even. Firstly, you need to know that you didn't win Powerball, so off to work you go, you little dwarf.
You're fine.
Hi-ho, hi-ho.
You're fine. Did you actually think you'll get a win? You do, though, don't you? Every time I buy a ticket, I'm like, well, why can't it be me?
No, well, exactly.
And then you lose, and you're like, okay, next time.
Okay. Or you're like my family, like, we're done with the Powerball. Okay.
You're done till next time.
Yeah. What do we need to know, Abs?
Well, the Powerball, obviously, two winners, one from Queensland, one from New South Wales. There's a couple in Singleton who will take home $100 million. The person in Queensland hasn't actually come forward yet. The Powerball ticket was bought in the southeast of Queensland. Now, I used to live up there, so any boys, if I ever dated you and you're still single, I'm still available too if you're the winner.
Southeast, isn't that like Gold Coast?
Southeast is sort of like Brisbane, Gold Coast
Coolangatta
region. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Be great if one of the absolute, let's call them a troglodyte on the Gold Coast, won the $100 million. That'll be great. Yeah, it's going to go to a really good spot.
They're still looking for a winner. They're trying to allow time for the person to come forward. So they will announce the winning outlet tomorrow morning from 8 if the winner hasn't come forward. So it's back to work for us plebs here in South Australia.
Very good use of the word plebs.
Oh, I can say there are worse workplaces than the one we work in defence of our beautiful little breakfast team here.
Speak for yourself, you pleb.
Newsy.
Let's talk maths last night, and I love a protective cousin, don't we all? Ellie and Ben, they clicked immediately on the show, and everyone seems to be really happy for them, except for cousin Jordan, who suspects the intentions of the main man Ben on maths aren't all that pure. Have a listen.
I hope that he has the right intentions to be a good, loving husband. What do you do for work, Ben?
So it's sort of like two things. I do some tour guiding and doing like podcasts. This is like a hobby.
Oh, you have a podcast.
Yeah, it's just all travel stuff.
How many subscribers do you have?
Not much.
Not much. Okay.
Yeah, they're trying to suss you out and see if your hair just started OnlyFans or... Just kidding.
I can always see the red flags in people, and I'm getting bad juju vibes. He runs a podcast, runs a business, a tour guide. That tells me that he could potentially be looking for fame.
Oh, cousin It saw a red flag.
Excuse me, how very dare he insinuate that people who have a podcast are looking for fame?
How very dare you insinuate that anyone that goes on maths is looking for fame?
I know.
It's an experiment for love, guys.
Everyone is genuine and looking to find someone to match their own heart.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Jeez,
Shut up, Ben. Grow up, Ben.
Grow up, Ben.
News.
Let's finish off with a little bit of sporting news. Yeah, that's right. Lewis Hamilton's switching cars.
Is he?
Going from Mercedes to Ferrari in 2025. Going to see out his deal for Mercedes and just switch over. That's massive, by the way.
Yeah,
that is effectively like,
Yeah.
I don't know, going from the Crows to Port or Port to Crows almost mid-season.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Big moves.
Gotcha. I thought you were going to say he's giving up car racing driving just to sit in his room in a darkened space and play Mario Kart for 10 hours a day.
When you've won the World Championship 7 times, you can probably do that.
Probably.
Well, Lewis can do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
And finally, 36ers are playing the Kings tonight.
Oh, hang on, just before you move on, is he still going out with Nicole from the Pussycat Dolls?
That's a good question. And without knowing anything about this, I'm going to say no.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm going to say no.
Abs, start Googling.
Nicole Scherzinger.
Nicole Scherzinger from the Pussycat Dolls. They were dating for a while. She was definitely dating Lewis Hamilton.
He has been seen with his ex-flame Juliana Nailu.
Julia Gulia.
It's always the Julias you got to look out for.
She's a Brazilian model, so I think she's probably looks a little bit different to Julia Gulia. But
Right,
anyway.
yeah.
I certainly didn't think Julia worked at the local BP.
So there you go. That's what's happening in the F1 world. Just a big shout out as well to the Sixers taking on the Kings tonight. Another sellout crowd on the way. So that's the 6th sellout crowd in a row for the entertainment centre. It's a juggernaut.
That's insane. It is. We call it the hottest ticket in town. It very much has been this season, and for a season that has had its highs and lows, just tip your hat to the 36ers fans who just keep turning up and keep supporting the side. Well done.
Love that it's a basketball city. I think we can both comfortably say that we're big Eminem fans.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? Guy's an absolute legend. Well, he's come out and there's one particular song that he said that he will not play live anymore.
Oh, okay.
Because it's too offensive.
Oh.
And can you believe that from the mouth of Eminem?
Yeah, wow.
The bloke who's put together so many songs with so many words, you're like, I didn't think that I could be offended by that, but here I am crying.
Yeah. And he's seriously offended so many other people in Hollywood.
There's one particular song where he teams up with D12 where he talks about burning down the White House. Dead set. Is it true? And so it got banned, obviously, in America and censored and all these types of things. But you're like, wow. You're saying stuff like that, Marshall? How are you possibly getting offended with other songs?
So true.
It's a song about his mother. Oh. It's called Cleaning Out My Closet.
I'm sorry, Mama. I never meant to hurt you.
Yeah, he's got some mummy issues.
Oh, yeah.
That much we know.
Yeah.
So in this song, he calls his mum a selfish B-I-T, I don't know how to spell it, who he hopes will burn in hell and vows that she'll never get to see his daughter Hayley. So despite their relationship remaining estranged to this day, his words in 2014's Headlights, which was a different song, offered a chance to make amends as he rapped about hating their dysfunctional relationship. He eventually got sued by his mum. Oh. She tried to sue him for $10 million in 1999, but get this. She eventually settled 2 years later for $25,000.
Wow.
So she couldn't get any coin about it. But he's come out and said, I'm not going to sing that anymore because even though I don't have a relationship with my mother, it's not fair on her.
Okay.
Oh, good on you, Eminem.
That's called emotional growth.
Yeah.
From Marshall Mathers.
Yes.
Well done.
It's also from the same bloke who released this song. It's called Shake That.
Shake that for me. Shake that.
Some really, really nice lyrics coming up as well, which you're going to love, Jodes.
Oh, yeah.
That for me.
Come on, girl, shake that bum for me. Shake that bum for me.
I'm a menace, a dentist, an oral hygienist.
I'm a menace, a dentist, an oral hygienist. That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen.
Goodness me. Do you know what song I always get really triggered by? It's a stupid Akon song where he sings about sexy biatches. Can I say that?
That one where Akon's paying some really, really nice compliments.
Yeah.
What about This Is in the System? And it's called Sexy Chick, the Squeaky Clean Edit.
There's one line in it where he says something like, there's nothing that compare to your neighbourhood, like that WH. And I'm like, oh my God. So he's trying to hook up with this chick, obviously, right? By systematically offending the sisterhood everywhere.
Right.
By saying, oh, you're better than all those other.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, that's fine. That probably deserves apology. Thoughts on this absolute classic, though, as well, from Cardi B, which we don't play enough here on Nova.
From the top, make it drop.
That's some wet.
I get a bucket and a mop. That's some wet.
Where's our apology for this?
I know.
Mainly because I don't understand what's going on in the lyrics. Can someone please explain via the text line 04991919?
I mean, did her cat run under the sprinkler? What's going on?
Who needs a mop for what?
I think journaling's important. I think reflection's important. I think it
venting
enhances emotional development. And so that's what I do each and every week in the form of Jodie's diary.
Right. So this is so therapeutic for you, isn't it?
So good for me.
Okay.
You and Abby, not so much.
Yeah, right. So who have you whacked this week?
No, I haven't whacked anyone, but it was an emotional roller coaster this week, and it was all about broken hearts and relationships that have fallen down.
Okay.
Jodie's diary.
Dear diary, well, it was a sad week full of broken love stories and people whose parents didn't love them enough to tell them that they cannot sing. But man, we're glad they tried. Welcome back, Australian Idol.
I'm too sexy for my cat. Too sexy for my cat. For pussycat. And I'm too sexy for this song.
Lucky we have maths to restore our faith in everlasting connection and romance.
What scares you about relationships? The like we've got to share a toilet.
Meantime, Abby from the newsroom's love affair with her sausage dogs is on the rocks. You should explain. You've got 2 sausage dogs, Tank and Tori.
I do.
One of them's a psycho, the other one's just a bitch.
Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much. No, Tank's
What
lovely.
about the dogs?
Took a real interesting twist with Tank and Tori too.
Let's say I'm happily dating. I'm him for the Tank to my... Oh, that doesn't work. They're brother and sister.
Meantime, Hazy has definitely broken up with Swiftie fans everywhere.
You gotta fight! Yeah, absolutely.
Transparent.
He's saying, you gotta fight for my missus. Do you even care about Taylor Swift? If so, then vote for my song.
You seriously just called Taylor Swift Travis Kelce's missus?
I did not say, oh no, I've lost the Swifties.
Oh no, you didn't. Poor Taylor.
Do sexy for my cat, for pussy cat.
And according to my good friend Andrew, I should break up with my husband, the father of my beautiful girls. Oh, my little 12-year-old is starting high school today. She's like her dad. She's lovely.
What? Your dad's a psychopath hockey player.
Geez, it's been a real bad week for Hazy's relationships. I mean, how many times have we said you cannot hock a Louis on Zoe when you lose song to song?
Probably need to relive song to song. And it's fair to say that, had a bit of a moment at the end. Didn't handle losing too well.
I don't handle it well either.
Yeah.
And we're 2 very competitive beasts. And so one of there has to be one loser. So one of us is going to throw their toys out of the cot.
I shouldn't have spat on you, though.
For pussy cat.
Okay, Llama, eyes up, eh? They've altered her image to make her boobs bigger, and then they've cropped off her dress. So she's posted a before and after picture. It's very clear what's happened here.
Is it? Because I, in my life so far, have never looked at anyone below the chin.
Haven't you?
In any situation.
You've never...
So this is very foreign to me. I don't really
So
understand
foreign.
the concept of this.
Right, so you've never looked at a woman underneath here, is that what you say?
Never.
Right.
Not in my life. Not yet.
Well, you miss it out. I'm pretty sure Idol had a song about that too.
I met a gin-soaked barroom queen in Memphis, 'cause I just can't seem to drink you off my mouth.
Time for an intergalactic caffeine chat.
You're damn right, the world's best cup of coffee. That's an absolute understatement. I'd say the galaxy's best cup of coffee.
Whoa.
Yeah, huge stuff. 13, 24, 10. Who wants a week's worth of coffee? We're just going to shout you.
Interesting that you've had coffee on Pluto, Uranus, all the other planets.
Excuse me? Morning to you, Sam.
Morning, how are you?
Morning.
Good, thanks. You ever had coffee on Uranus?
And finally, here's to South Australia's fractured relationship with the English language.
Damn it.
I'm just not a Lego person.
Oh, my God. Don't do that.
What?
It's Lego, by the way.
Oh, I don't know.
I know South Australia, they go, but in South Australia we say Lego. But the rest of the world, not just the rest of the country, says Lego. So why are we different in the space? It's a strange one, isn't
No,
it?
it's the same as grant and dance and all the words we like to say differently. We're just a little bit posher here.
Grant. Number one song on Feb 1st in 1997 was Wannabe by the Spice Girls.
So to all the blissfully tone deaf,
For pussy cat.
universal coffee lovers,
You ever had coffee on Uranus?
go off this weekend, kings and queens. By the way, Abs, what are you doing on Saturday night?
Something illegal.
All my love, Jody.
Ladies and gentlemen, Battle of the Bangers.
This is how it works. Andrew Hayes selects a song, Jody Oddie selects a song. They go head-to-head on Instagram. Feel free, please, to cast your vote on the Jody and Hazy Instagram page. This week's theme was back to school and education. We've both taken it a little bit loosely, that's fair to say.
Yeah, something sort of half related to school.
Yeah.
Is what it all came down to. Do you want to kick us off? Just
Sure.
a bit of a recap. What'd you go with?
Okay, so I thought school songs, what better encapsulates that than Glee, the TV show? And the Glee cast did a cover of Journey's classic Don't Stop Believing, and I thought everyone in Adelaide wants to hear it. Everyone.
You reckon? My only fear with this is that there's kids out there thinking, who sang the song? Oh, the Glee cast.
Yeah, they did.
It's an original.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, just let's at least pay tribute to the absolute GOAT, and that is Journey. It's a good song, though. It's a good song.
It is.
So there you go.
And you have veered off in a vastly different direction.
Yeah, really random direction, of course, inspired by the great Travis Kelce.
You gotta fight for your right to party!
It's so true, Travis.
Believe it, baby. We're going to Las Vegas, Nevada, to go get us another one.
Yeah.
You gotta fight for your right to party!
Oh, yes, we do. And this takes me back to my school days when you're like, oh, you know, I can't believe I'm doing this, and I just want to go out with my mates and do all this illegal stuff. I just want to drink beers. And none of it ever happened.
Yeah.
But we had all these dreams behind the scenes, and maybe we were lucky a lot of the stuff that we wanted to do didn't happen.
And, I mean, fairly transparent sort of agenda from you trying to trap into the Travis Kelce / Taylor Swift relationship and popularity.
What are you talking about?
However, if anyone who heard the diary would have heard you have referred to Taylor Swift as Travis Kelce's missus yesterday. Offensive on so many levels.
Jeez, I wonder if you're going to play up on that. All right, it's very, very tight as well. Don't Stop by the cast of Glee versus Fight for Your Right by the Beastie Boys. And for goodness sake, just breathe a bit more life back into the Beastie Boys.
It's very, very tight at the moment. In fact, at last count, it's sitting at 50-50.
It's crazy.
Isn't it?
One vote each. Yeah. All right, get voting at Jody and Hazy. We're going to play the winning song at 8 o'clock.
You voted for yours, I voted for mine.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, Hazy, the juggernaut that is maths is back, and it's been absolutely huge so far. One of the stars of it is Eden, a good old Adelaide girl. Good morning.
Hi, guys. Thanks so much for having me this morning.
So welcome.
And just on that, Eden, let's cut straight to the chase. I know you're listed as a Queenslander. Come on, you're a South Australian at heart. Well, you're a good South Australian girl. You need to start spruiking us.
Oh, I know. I'm an Adelaide girl, and I'll never. You can't take me away from Adelaide. I think that I don't like when people leave a state and then they bag it out once they go. I love Adelaide, and it will always be home for me. And I think one part you missed in my speech was that I did say Adelaide will always be home.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Well, they cut that out.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the best part.
And without going into too much detail, you and Hazy actually know each other.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, we do. I did have a little stint at Nova back when I was maybe 19, so it was probably 10 years ago now almost.
Yeah, a few things have changed since then, but the good old solid Casanova shift is still pretty consistent. So not only have we got to claim you as South Australian, but you are Nova 919 alumni. So we're absolutely going to follow your journey very, very closely, and you need to know that.
Yeah, definitely. I used to go on that Nova bus back in the day and hand out the cans of Coke.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, tell us about your partner, who I guess he's been presented as a kickboxer from the Gold Coast, and he's like, I'm just not what everyone perceives. Did you find that?
Yeah. He's a big softie and he's a sweetheart. I think you could see that in that first episode. And the way he was speaking of me and everything, he was gushing and he was just the sweetest. We had the most amazing day, and I'm really, really glad that it came across how it felt for me on the day.
See, I've got to say as well, and usually it's kind of the other way around, but what I did love was when at one stage you were talking about how much of a good guy he is, and at the same time they're getting his thoughts talking to his brother, and he's like, I'm not sure she's in him at all. It's actually quite refreshing because he's
normally
not
they're a bit arrogant.
He's not an arrogant dick. He's actually the opposite.
Yeah, and I think when it comes to Jaden's sport, you would have heard in his little intro, he is quite arrogant when it comes to his sport and his job. But yeah, when it came to me, he was just so unsure whether I liked him or not. And I thought, I've made it so clear. I think it's been so obvious. We were arm around each other, laughing, having the best time, and he still pulled me outside and said, "You don't really like me, do you?" And I was like, "No, I do." I thought it was really sweet though that he wanted to clarify.
Now, Eden, some of these dinner parties go to like 4 o'clock in the morning. You're all tired. You've had a few drinks, and there is drama. Does it really get quite heated and willing?
I think that they're probably more intense in real life than you would expect. And that's something that really surprised me. Those dinner parties are crazy, and they're just really, really full on, and there's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of explosive drama this season, and some of the scandals that come out, I can't even tell you how many times my jaw was on the floor.
Wow, juicy.
Nice. Yeah.
Am I right in saying, are you, based from what we saw, you're not a drinker?
No, I'll have a few. So you'll see, I might have one or two at a dinner party, but I don't party. I don't drink heaps, no.
Right, because I was going to say...
Jaden doesn't have any at all.
Well, there you go. From what I know at maths, the key to not having an outrageous moment at a dinner party is not to be full of booze.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You know what, though? I love a margarita, and I'm very lucky that they don't serve cocktails at the dinner party.
Well, Eden, we don't know if you find love or not. Who's to say? But can you say if you enjoyed the experience?
I did really enjoy the experience. I had an amazing time, but it was really full on at times, and a lot went on, and some things just shocked me, and it takes turns that you don't expect. So definitely tune in. There's a lot more to come, but yeah.
Hey, is it what you expected? And on that, what did you expect going into the experiment?
I think I went in with pretty low expectations. I kind of thought if I go in expecting that I'm it's definitely going to be the love of my life and I'm going to have the most amazing 3 months ever and I'm going to stay all the way to the end, then I think there's a high chance I'll be disappointed. So I tried to go in with, hopeful but not high expectations, I suppose. But I think it exceeded my expectations. I would just say that much.
Well, we love having a former Nova Casanova on the show. Thank you so much for joining us, Eden. It is Maths, Channel 9, 7:30. Been very intriguing so far, you have to say.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. See ya.
Nova's birthday payday up next. Your chance to score $1,000 just for having a birthday. Let's go off for a Friday, shall we?
Battle of the Bangers.
Yes. A couple of musical athletes just going toe-to-toe.
Yep.
And don't think that this is all nice and above board. Oh, it gets really, really mean, nasty. There's a lot of politics involved. And gets quite physical as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes it turns into a genuine bloodbath.
Yeah. Remember that time there was like that investigation because people were paying for votes,
Yes, that was like pure. That was on you. That was a genuine time. Correct me if I'm wrong, camera guy Josh, who looking magnificent today too, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Remember that time that we were investigating Jodie because we thought that she was rigging votes from companies?
Yeah, it's so weird that you bring that up, but all those votes were for you.
Yeah. Remember all those votes came in from Dubai and you were questioning me? I'm like, how am I supposed to know?
Yeah, but this is a big international competition now, so it makes sense.
Isn't it? Okay, 2 songs this week. Everyone has voted on the Jodie and Instagram page. Your song, Andrew Hayes, go.
Okay.
You gotta fight for your right to party.
Yeah, a bit of Beastie Boys because we are back to school themed.
Yeah.
And this was about, being back at school and just trying to party with your mates.
Is it though?
Yeah, you wake up late for school, man, you don't want to go. You ask your mum, please, and she still says no.
Yeah, right.
Get out of here, mum. I'm just trying to fight for your right to party. I never thought the day would come, and hopefully it hasn't come today, but the cast of Glee.
We are talking about classic high school shows, and that was one of them, and the best song from it was their cover of Journey's Don't Stop Believing. All right, let's go to camera guy Josh. Come on.
All right, big fella, let's do this. What have you got?
It's Andrew Hayes for the first time this year.
Hey, I went for the good guys. It must have been tight though, was it?
It was. It came down to 3 votes in the end.
Wow.
The leader swapped places 4 times in the last 10 minutes.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting. It's interesting that you still won despite offending all the Taylor Swift fans.
Yeah, I know. That was interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was all those votes you got from Dubai.
Good. Is everyone happy with this song?
Yeah!
Good stuff. You ready, Jodes? You ready? Time it. This is tough. Kick it! Jodes, you love a bit of gossip.
Oh.
It feels like you've got something to say.
Not just any old gossip, but celebrity gossip. Okay. Ooh. So the Britney-Justin Timberlake feud is blowing up, you guys. So in order to understand it, you need some background, Andrew Hayes. And shush, because this is a bit of a history lesson. So she wrote a memoir, you'll recall, earlier. And she said that Justin didn't want the baby that they'd conceived together. So she had to take measures about that, right? And he kept pretty silent on the whole thing and didn't say too much. And then actress Michelle Williams also did the audiobook, and Britney threw some shade because she was saying that she thought JT was sort of morphing into a rapper, and this is when he was walking down the street and he ran into Genuine, and this is how he greeted him.
Oh yeah, faux shiz, Genuine. What's up, homie?
What's up, homie? Faux shiz.
Yeah. So she's had a crack at JT in her memoir. Then, just last week, she issued an apology. And she said, I quote, "I want to apologise for some of the things I wrote about in my book. If I offended any of the people I genuinely care about, I am deeply sorry." And then she's followed up with Hazy, "I'm in love with Justin Timberlake's new song, Selfish." So we're like, oh, olive branch. Nice.
Really going hard the other way.
And this is where it gets truly, truly spicy, because he performed this week in New York. And before he sang this song, Cry Me a River, which, by the way, is allegedly about her cheating on him. Remember the film clip?
Yeah.
So Britney lookalike comes in and he's like, cheating on
there
me.
you go. Yeah.
Dirty bird. So then he's on stage, and before he's about to launch into that, he says this.
I'd like to take this opportunity to apologize to absolutely
Yes, he did the Conor McGregor.
So it's a little tricky here, but he said, "I'd like to take this opportunity to apologise to absolutely bleeping nobody."
Yeah.
And you know where that's from?
Of course. The great, the one and only, the notorious.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the he wants.
I missed the part where Justin Timberlake says, "The double champ does whatever he wants."
And now, in the latest overnight development, she's taken to Instagram to take the mickey about what he said and his lack of basketball ability.
Wow.
So basically, she's posted a shot of a basketball ring and she's written underneath it, "Someone told me someone was talking SH about me on the streets. Do you want to bring it to the court, or will you go home crying to your mum like you did last time?"
Oh my God, this is a red hot, disgusting mess, isn't it?
I know. And then she adds, "By the way, I'm not sorry." So the background to the basketball thing is when they were together, they used to shoot hoops.
Yep.
And she was allegedly better than him at playing basketball.
Well, that's
and so
disturbing.
He must have rung Mrs. Timberlake and had a little cry about it.
Probably.
Oh my God. It just doesn't get any juicier.
It doesn't get any juicier, and probably rang his missus and said this.
Oh yeah, faux shiz, Genuine. What's up, homie?
We're going back in time. Hazy's on this daisy. In time.
Yeah, oh, jeez. Pass me the coffee because I'm just not in the mood to... Oh, hang on a second. What day is it? Is it Friday? Oh, what? Let's go! Yahoo! Yeah. Time for a little trip down memory lane. Who's coming with? Hands in the air.
Well, reluctantly I am after
like
that.
You just don't care. 2nd of February, 1977, Shakira was born in Colombia. She's 47 years old today. I'll tell you what, she does not look a day over 21.
No, she doesn't.
And I'm so thankful for Shakira's honesty when it comes to her hips.
Yeah.
Because like she said for so long, those hips just don't lie.
I know. And when you discover some hips that lie, it can be very deceptive.
It can really, really throw you, can't it?
Yeah.
Thank God for her honest hips.
What about when you meet a pair of hips and they go, "This is not going to be a one-night stand"?
Hips
well, I
are
believe
deceitful.
you.
1996, Better Homes and Gardens began on 7 Network. Wow.
It's still going.
And still going on and strong. I didn't know it was that old.
Oh, no.
What an absolute staple.
Also, Joe Griggs. What an absolute doyen of Australian media.
Didn't she just carve out one of the great careers in Australian media? Only Griggsy, here's to you. Anyway, 2004, Shannon Noel became the second Australian Idol contestant to have a #1 hit when his remake of What About Me went to #1 in Australia. Can only assume that this was the first one to go #1. Oh, guys, Sebastian Angels brought me here. But hang on a second, Guy. Let's get back to Shannon Noel.
Yeah, let's get back to Shannon and when he went absolutely nuts at the Duck Creek picnic races in regional New South Wales. And he had to apologise after his expletive-laden rant after a beer can was tossed on stage at the racetrack. And he has just... let's just play the audio. It says it all.
Hey, who's that? Get up here, man. Whoever threw that, come up here. That in the tie. Look around. Everyone look around. Have some balls and get up here and I'll punch your teeth in.
Yeah, Shannon learned some things from that particular experience, I think.
Yeah.
He really learned some things about himself.
Maybe he shouldn't have 16 cans before you get on stage.
But then also, he got done at the Crazy Horse. Do you remember that?
Yes. here in Adelaide. That was after a concert, wasn't it?
Oh, and look, if you haven't got done at the Crazy Horse, have you really lived?
No, that's so
the
true.
motto.
Yeah.
But now, if you see Shannon Noll, you look at his social, he's jacked. He's in seriously good nick.
Yeah, I just think he had a bit of a lifestyle overhaul after all that.
Good on him. And number one song on Feb the 2nd, 2007 was the world's favourite song.
What was it?
Hinder, Lips of an Angel.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Oh, my God.
Crank this up so loud that it makes your speakers go.